to LeBron's episode number 23.
We all going to start.
We are absolutely not. We are not starting with that. Absolutely not.
So we're gonna
Absolutely
start with that?
not.
I'll start with that. No, just another day, another life of
Another
LeBron
moment
James
where he
being a
has
bitch.
to be the center of the.
He's just a bitch.
center of attention.
Is the game over? We're losing. Game over.
I'm
I
so
will
glad
say
they
that.
so glad they got blown up by 30. I can't wait. Can't wait to watch them lose in
Center of attention, dude.
game 6.
No, this
Yeah,
okay.
can't
Great
wait.
intro because we will be touching on this. So yeah.
For Evan, that
Can't
might
wait.
have been the last straw for me.
Did you guys all play the game without me? And I
Can't
walked
wait.
off the court.
I don't know
Listen.
of any type of GOAT, to be honest, that would walk out on their team with
Never.
6 minutes left down.
Never.
Any
And
competitor.
I'm not
doesn't.
even talking NBA. I'm not even
Do you
talking
think
the Michael
Gretzky?
debate.
Do you think Gretzky?
No, Gretzky.
You
Not
know, guys?
Gretzky. The Tiger
Phelps?
would never if Tiger was down, 10
Never would
strokes,
withdraw.
he's never
would
withdrawing unless he has an injury.
Well,
I mean,
He's done that, but
times.
he has been injured. I'm never gonna disparage him because he literally couldn't walk with his back.
do you think Michael Phelps in the relay? They're
If he's down 10
they're
seconds,
just gonna
no,
start,
he's gonna
he's just
finish
gonna
the
start
race.
swimming. He's gonna swim to the other end, just get
swim
up.
the opposite way.
Listen,
Yeah.
listen. No matter what, at the end of the day, watching him only score 7 points and be down 30 in the first half, and then end up with 24 points, like 7 rebounds, 5 assists, like
That's
9
exactly
of
what he had.
All right.
9 of 19
9 of
shooting.
19, yep.
Like he didn't play that bad. No, dude, you got your butt smashed.
All right.
Smash.
We'll circle back to this. Let's do Cal.
I thought we did it in no order, but go ahead.
I mean, we're just doing it in order so I can actually put timestamps on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
Camp it, Evan. You idiot.
I was just.
You are correct, Evan. But
Thank you. Well, I usually am. Go ahead, Cal.
Never have. All right, so we're gonna go with my question of the week again.
I guess.
I mean, we can, or we can just talk about NBA
No,
right out of the
no.
gate.
I got it. This is a good one. Yeah, this is a good one.
Let's do it.
Last week we went on a little bit of a tangent. Okay, this one could lead into a tangent, but it's not like the tangent we went on.
It's
last
going
week.
to inevitably.
No. Okay, so if you guys Kate might have heard this one on TikTok. Yeah, this from TikTok. If you could do any profession that you had no knowledge of doing and you think you could do it well, what profession would it be? And I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go first just for the mere fact is I thought of it and give you guys some time to think about it.
Okay.
Mine, just because I think I could bullshit my way through it. Is a sommelier. The wine sommelier. Yeah, can't even pronounce it. But I think I could bullshit my way through it, smooze, the rich folk at a winery, and just make up like bullshit terms. Just they'll nod their head to yes anything because it's a trend.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So
I
I think
a
I
nice
could.
hint of walnut in this one.
Yeah, exactly. This has been aging for 25 years, and I think I could bullshit my way through that and make a solid living. But I honestly, people could, I've made jokes to Kate about doctors, please.
This one's as old as my second wife, and it doesn't hit nearly as hard right here.
Exactly. I think I could work my way through that. I really could.
Oh my
But
god.
if
Well,
you have
I could
knowledge-
definitely do a whiskey sommelier.
If you have no knowledge of that profession, what profession do you think you could do well with? Is my question.
Do well?
No knowledge.
Yeah.
Airplane pilot, because if I do poorly, nobody is gonna know.
And
My
I
God.
mean,
Unless everyone dies, whatever.
Yeah.
No.
just-
If
I-
everybody dies, there's no witnesses, and everyone thinks I still did a good job.
hey, and it's socially acceptable to have a drink. before you
An airplane pilot is pretty good.
No one's gonna
Pretty
know.
good.
No one's gonna know.
I have one. Ambulance driver. I'll
go.
tell you why.
An EMT.
No, just the driver.
No,
though.
just the driver. He's gonna
I
be
feel
baby
so
driver
bad.
doing ambulance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you do. But listen, I'm just gonna be the driver though, and I'll tell you why.
You're gonna be the baby driver.
Yeah, the baby
Whatever,
driver of an
yeah.
ambulance.
Yeah, I'll tell you why. One, I am not afraid to go fast. Two, I do not care about my own life, so I definitely don't care about someone else's.
Yeah, that's kind
Right.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter that we got no listen, bro. The whole point is getting you from point A to point B as fast as possible so you can get to the doctors. Okay. I truly believe that I would be a psychopath, like GTA mode, behind an ambulance wheel. And I feel like that would be the only thing that I could come up on the spot, because obviously I had no time to think about this. The only other one I thought of was just being a sports like broadcaster because you can really just say the stupidest
But you know
things.
that.
But you,
know
I was
that
gonna say,
already.
you know that you're doing it.
Right.
You're demonstrating it right now.
But
I mean, that's
you
kind
can
of a goal out of all this. At some point, something like that happens.
But like, you
you know?
can just say the stupidest things and it don't matter. You just become a meme. Oh well. I mean, LeBron James is a meme every week.
It's getting to that point.
Yeah.
What do you got, Evan?
I don't even know. I'm trying to come up with something dumb.
Well, it can't be something spontaneous.
Another one. Professional food eater, like
I
a
was gonna say,
Joey
You know
Chestnut.
about eating food, though.
But I'm not an expert at it.
Yeah, but you're also he's not.
Okay, well then I want to be a hedge fund manager. I know
Yeah,
a little bit about them.
Yeah, but
But I want to be, but I'm not an expert, and I'm gonna make a massive amount of money.
He's gonna live on Wall Street bets, and
I
then
would
he's
be
gonna
good at
call
that,
a
yes.
person and be like, "Hey, this is what the next trend is."
Okay, but like the whole question is like something you're actually gonna be good at. You know what I mean? Like we can all just say, yeah.
I mean,
I could say surgeon. I could say surgeon. You think I'm gonna be surgeon? Be good at it?
Like,
No, without
realistically.
knowing anything. Without knowing
Evan,
anything.
Evan, if we
Yeah.
just
The
put
dude
you-
on the TikTok said architect, and the other
Architect
guy
is
went off.
absolutely
There's a
accurate.
hedge fund manager.
Yeah, but the other guy
architect.
went
I
off.
can't-
He's like, you
I
realize
can't
the
draw-
building's got to stand. The guy goes,
But-
why? He's like, do you ever see me
Okay,
play with Legos?
interior designer.
Of
That's
all-
what
of all
the girl
things.
said. The girl goes, do you mean interior designer? He's like, no, I'm building the building.
Of all things that I would never choose, I could not draw Kate's portrait right now. It'd have to be a stick figure. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't. I'm not artistic at all.
Listen,
Am I-
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, I know.
I honestly feel like
in college
it's
is real
bad.
Real
I
bad.
honestly
That'd be
feel
the
like
last.
low key. I think an answer could be chef because of a chef. As long as you can make the core items good, you can make it. You can make it as a chef, right? As long as you make the core
Yeah,
items good, you
steakhouse.
can make it.
I could
Yeah,
definitely.
you have your
be-
sous chefs. Your sous chefs are below you. They're gonna.
Um,
Exactly. Like you're gonna have a lot of people that help you,
You
but
guys
if
can
you make
drive
the
your
core,
ambulances. I'm going to be a billionaire.
Jeez.
Sucking these nuts.
All right. In all reality, though, I'm 100% going with interior designer now that I worked.
Yeah, you can work your way
Yeah.
to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing with like the whole simulate. I can't even say it. It's a fad.
Somalia.
You know, you can do stuff through fads. You know, be like,
Isn't
oh
that
yeah,
a
this
country?
is
Somalia?
no,
Somalia,
This,
yes.
this is what the trend in
South African
Switzerland is
pirate
doing
country.
in their bedrooms. So we're gonna model it to that. You
No,
just
and
throw
I mean,
that
look,
ear
like,
beside you up
hey,
on the
we're gonna
wall.
put a giant quartz
I'm the
crystal
captain
right
now.
here because it's actually gonna help your digestion. But during the sun rising, it's actually
Oh,
going
the
to hit
zen.
you like,
There's
you
gonna be
like
so much zen in that room.
dude. You can hit, yeah.
You'll walk around with
Rich people eat
burning
that shit up.
sage.
I would
Burning
literally,
sage.
if I was an interior designer, I would literally just paint an entire wall white and then just put one little picture frame on the wall,
That's all.
and it would be like,
That's all you have to do.
and it would be like mind blowing to people. People would literally be like,
That's worth
So-
150,000.
No, from
You're
a
so
super,
innovative.
From a super
Oh my
obscure
God.
artist that nobody's heard of from your sixth grade's like daughter's like third year
Math-
grade.
"Yep,
Just stick that on the wall.
math class, yep."
Stick it on
An
the
someone
art,
look at it and be
art
like,
consultant.
oh.
An art consultant. Oh yes.
Yeah,
That
no,
is
art
just-
appraiser.
Look at the abstract on that.
Art appraiser. All you have to
Oh.
do is just be like, "Hey man, this looks
The
like it'd be
shading.
$300."
Yeah, $300 to $500. Oh, dude, this is mind blowing. 100,000 minimum. Bid starts there.
Oh, that's funny.
God, there's a lot of pointless jobs out there.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That was a fun one.
God, there's a lot of pointless.
I
I
wish
jobs.
I could
saw.
find
I
one.
saw in the when he said architect, I was like, Jesus, lover. That's
Let me
one of
know
the
when you guys
hardest
find
jobs.
one. I'll take it. Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough, kid. No, 100% though. Like interior designer would just be, I think, the easiest. I
You could be like,
understand there
hey,
is a
like our
certain
parents.
flow,
You
but-
throw just a huge ass wood carved plane in the ceiling.
No, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
make the center of the table is just gonna be an upside down hand.
And someone would pay a lot of money for
Uh
that.
huh.
Uh-huh.
And guess what? I don't even have to build it or anything.
Nope.
I just have to say this is what they want. Build it.
And see, that's your first airplane you can fly low key on Kate's
You
ceiling.
also know who else has an upside down hand? LeBron.
This kid hates a LeBron more than anyone that I know.
To be honest, the last month it's been pretty warranted.
I was gonna say, like, honestly, I
been
really
super
haven't talked
easy,
about him a
too.
lot.
So
I
it's
haven't really
super
talked
easy.
about him a lot because I really didn't care. I mean, he barely made the playoff, so like it was kind of like whatever. And they're
Yeah,
gonna get
you
beat.
know,
They're gonna get beat down tomorrow night. So like, who really cares?
Do you think they actually lose 4-2 tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't see how they. I don't
If
see
he
how.
doesn't play,
Is it in?
He's
is it
not
in-
playing. There's no way he's playing. He has a
Is it
great
in
issue.
Phoenix?
No, it's in LA,
No,
but
it's
it
in
doesn't
LA.
matter. Doesn't matter. It could be in Antarctica. Suns in 5. Suns in 6. I mean,
No,
So-
dog.
shocked.
This.
No.
No, you're
It's
right.
3-2.
It's game.
3-2.
Yeah, it's
Game
game
six.
6.
3-2.
Game 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It's in LA.
The-
You're right.
okay, so just to talk about the game, the game that I just watched. So I watched the beginning to end. It was a complete beatdown. Like, I understand the Lakers are going to probably come out and play a really good game. They might win and then go to game 7. Who knows? But it was a complete beatdown. Like, it was embarrassing. Like, losing by 30 at half in a playoff game is embarrassing. Like, you almost have to try to do that.
I honestly think
You almost have to try to do that.
It's a must-win for Phoenix in Game 6 because I feel like if the Lakers win Game 6, they're going to.
Well,
win
it gives
Game
AD
7.
a couple more days of
What
rest.
I don't understand
AD will not play again. I don't think he'll play again.
is the double standard, right? Like, so if LeBron would have won that game, or I guess let's just say for the example, if LeBron would have won that game, carried them to a win, he would be best player in the league, blah blah blah. But then when they lose, they say that LeBron doesn't have help.
Well, exactly.
That's,
well,
that's what we've been saying forever.
Now Dennis Schroeder
For
was
10
0 for 9 from the field, but
But it
He had a
doesn't
bad
matter.
game.
It
But-
doesn't matter.
What about Montrezl
doesn't matter.
Harrell?
yeah. What about him? Like, why aren't they
Montrezl
playing?
Harrell's not even playing.
Why?
I wonder
He's
why.
the 6th man of the year.
I wonder why. I'm guessing it has a lot to do with LeBron.
Like,
LeBron,
put him in at 4.
He doesn't fit.
5.
He doesn't fit. He doesn't.
He doesn't play.
Bless you. Pineapple.
Mute.
He doesn't play right now because he doesn't fit the style of play that LeBron James needs on the court. He needs everyone to be shooters. This is why.
What if he just comes off the bench then, Gabe? Like, he won't play with LeBron. LeBron will be on the bench.
Listen, he's been healthy scratched 3 times in this series. I
Which
don't
is
know
insane.
how. I don't know how, but either way, no matter how you look at it, Dennis Schroeder could have had a great game last night, and they still would have lost by 20.
Can I interrupt you for 1 second?
Yeah.
Can you flip
I think they
your
still would've lost.
microphone around your collar because
Every
ears
time
scratching.
it scratches
Scratches.
Yeah. Literally, like, Dennis
Perfect.
Schroeder could have had a good game, an average game,
Cool.
and he still would have only probably had, say, 20 points. And let's
They
just
still
say,
lose by 10.
Yeah, they still lose by 10, but like, let's just say, like, the Suns don't play nobody. They played nobody in the whole fourth
No,
quarter.
they had no reason
So-
to play. It was the second
Right.
string in the
They
fourth.
needed to rest CP with his shoulder.
Right. So literally, they
And
still lose
Booker
by
and
20.
Ayton. I mean,
They still lose by 20. Like, the game
Ayton is
was
shooting
never,
like 89% from the field this series, which
Yes,
is crazy.
He's completely been an animal. He's put the best defense in the league in a blender.
Yep.
100%. I just don't like. No matter how you cut it to me, you can like LeBron James only scored 7 points in the first half. You know when AD's not playing that he has to be 2014 LeBron James takeover.
He's not that anymore.
He's not that anymore. And
Well, the best thing about it is literally the day before we talked about it on we were playing Xbox the other night. He literally came out and said that I think if you lined up 2012 LeBron versus right now LeBron would wipe him in 1v1. I'm like,
That's just
you
such a
are
cap.
on something
No,
right now
there's
because
no
LeBron in
Yeah.
2015, 2016, when he was playing by himself, 46, 10, and 9. I mean, that one game, just carrying the Cavs when they had Shumpert and everyone,
yeah,
Kyrie
this
and
is
Kevin
Miami
Rose.
Heat LeBron.
yeah, we're talking Heat LeBron when he still
Miami
can do
Heat
all
LeBron.
that.
No, I'm just saying.
but
yeah, I know
he's
what
the
you
most
mean.
athletic
The
human on the
example
face
what
of
he
planet
just said.
Earth.
Yeah,
Oh, but yeah, no, my God, 2012 LeBron would run circles around this LeBron.
listen,
Yeah.
like this is where I'm at.
That's the best play I've ever
All
seen.
this. And I really feel like if anybody who can argue with me now is just like you're just standing, and like I understand I'm a hater, but you're also just standing.
I stand
LeBron-
for the past couple of years, especially when they won the
LeBron
title.
James, we see all these people around him going absolutely ballistic in the playoffs, the regular season, playing games, everything. We got guys going nuts every single night. Jason Tatum dropped 250-pointer,
No,
two
okay.
50-point games in the playoff series against the Nets, and they lost both games, right? No, they won one game. They lost the other one.
Mhm.
Dame Lillard just went absolutely nuts. He just had 55 last night and had 12 threes.
12
And we
threes.
still
One
sit
turnover.
here- yes, in one turnover. And we still sit here and make excuses for LeBron James to be the best player in the league. I'm tired of it.
Well,
I
it's
am
okay.
so tired of it.
This is my
I'm over
that's,
it.
that. This
He's
is my
not.
point
He
with the
hasn't
whole
been,
thing.
and I'm done.
Is so
he's not top 10 for me.
as Evan just preluded
Hot
to,
top 10.
the Lakers, like, there's always a double standard with LeBron. Like, oh, if he loses, there's nobody around him. If he wins, my God, he just did this on his own. So
Yep.
then we look at Damian Lillard, who's never had true playoff success. He's gotten to the Western Conference Finals, lost, but he's never been any further than that. And every year in and year out, it's always held against Damian Lillard. Oh, he loses in the playoffs. Oh, he loses in the playoffs. Look at what he does in the playoffs, and then you tell me he has nobody around him.
Yeah.
Like it's
he's been undermanned
His
entire
best team.
career.
His best team was what? Him, McCollum, and LaMarcus Aldridge, right?
No,
You-
I don't think LaMarcus Aldridge ever played with CJ McCollum.
He had Cantor.
yeah.
He had
I was going to
Cantor.
say McCollum is the one that is the odd man out here because Lillard's been there his whole career. McCollum hasn't.
Well, he's also been
No,
hurt.
McCollum
too.
has. McCollum
He's just
has.
been
His
hurt.
entire
McCollum's
career?
just been hurt.
Yeah, he was drafted there.
He was
Oh.
drafted there, but he was hurt. He was hurt like I think two playoffs or something like that.
No,
I think.
McCollum.
There was an early year. Dame had
Did he play last year?
They had a great team.
They had LaMarcus Aldridge. They
Yeah,
had,
McCollum played the last 2
Aldridge
years of
is-
the playoffs.
And that was
Dame Lillard-
Aldridge prime too.
Yes. Yeah, but then he was only there with Dame Lillard when he was like his first 3 years.
First three,
Like, it
I was going to
wasn't-
say first 3 years,
Yeah.
and then Aldridge
I
left.
think it was like Damian Lillard, LaMarcus Aldridge,
Wesley Matthews was there in
Wesley
a great
Matthews on the
shape.
other
He was a
team.
good-
Yeah, they had
Definitely a good role
team,
player.
but that team is not a tournament. I mean, a title team when you were playing against the Spurs, the Lakers, the like
That's
the
the
OKC.
Warriors.
the Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
early Warriors.
Nobody wants to
too.
go to
Like,
Portland and play. That's the thing. Like
That's not
Damian
true
Lillard.
though. Portland's a great basketball city. It's just they have not gotten the pieces. Like
It's because there's
What's
literally
up?
no other. There's no other.
No, there isn't anything
there's
else
no
there.
other sport there.
yeah, that's true. If you're Portland, like they have had like 5 opportunities just to go all in and trade for
Oh.
somebody else on the market. Like they literally could have traded for somebody else on the market. Like even an Aaron Gordon on that team would have been defensively game changing.
If
Like
they
they
would
would
have,
have, they would have went for
lived and got like Giannis too, like when he was going through this whole stuff.
like. There's
Oh
been
my
so
God.
many players that have been available. Like even
Yeah, they have
AD.
Carmelo.
Like I
They
know
do have
AD.
Carmelo.
I know AD wanted to go to LA and it was all that blah blah blah. But it doesn't matter. If Portland was to offer the house, New Orleans was taking it.
You want to know what would have been wild? Because Nurkic and Joker were drafted in the same draft.
Yeah.
They sent Nurkic away because he wasn't working with Joker. Imagine if they sent Joker instead of Nurkic.
Right. Like it's just
and Nurkic is no slouch.
No, he's a good
He's
He's
center,
just not
but
Joker.
he's
He's just not
soft.
Joker. Yeah, he's
so
just
they
not
have
Joker.
one superstar and then they have CJ McCollum who's a borderline star, like a good
He's a
a
solid
good number
shooting
3.
guard.
He would be a good number 3.
He's a solid shooting guard.
He would be a good number 3.
But
what
that's
he
the
would
other problem I have with the whole Lakers thing right now is the double overtime absolute thriller that Damian Lillard just put on was on NBA TV while the Lakers and the Suns got primetime television.
I mean, it's tough.
I understand the
It's tough.
markets, but this series is always good. I've been preaching that since game 1.
They're 3-2 right now, right?
Yeah, 3-2
Yeah.
Denver. But the
Yeah.
next one's in
And
Portland.
it's going to
so-
Portland. It's going to
yeah.
Portland, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So probably
Yeah,
going
so-
to game 7.
It's just so like the crazy part is that Joker's having a really good series and Damian Lillard just overshadowing everything because like it
But
doesn't
it's
matter.
always going to be that way with a guard.
I was going to say it's a guard against a center.
No, but
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is like, what I'm saying is that even though Joker's winning the games and obviously up in the series, Dame Lillard scoring 55 and hitting 12 threes is the storyline for the rest of the year. Like
Yeah,
that's
I
nuts.
don't
Yeah.
disagree, but
They're
also
even-
Joker's doing what he's done. It's still 30, 12, and 9.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying though. No,
Yeah.
I'm saying he's
A
playing
guard,
really
a guard
good.
is the guard is flashy. He's gonna get the notoriety. It's the same with like even like the Sixers in Washington. Bradley Beal playing well is gonna get more notoriety than Embiid, and
Like-
that's why it's so, like we don't see centers win the MVP up until this year
Right.
very often because they're just not they don't get the notoriety that guards do. I mean,
See,
it's
like
just-
that's why I feel bad for Damian Lillard because Damian Lillard is 100% a product of a not bad organization, but an organization that doesn't want to do whatever he can to win. Can you hear me?
No, you need to move it
Yeah,
out
yeah,
of your call.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
in your collar.
I was trying to put it there because I don't want it to touch my neck. But Damian Lillard is 100% the product of an organization not 100% going all in. Like Brooklyn went all the way in, like could not go any more dick deeper with getting James Harden. You know what I mean? They literally went dick and balls on James Harden. Right? They already had 2 stars, but they said, "Screw it, we're sending it," and they did. And like obviously, they're going to win the championship this year. They are going to win it. Like
It's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah.
you like if you have someone like Damian Lillard, you have to do that. Like the Lakers did it with AD and they won a title. Like I mean, no matter what, if they don't do anything after, they still won a title doing it. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. So like the success rate's high. Like look at the Suns. The Suns just paid Chris Paul $42 million as a 36-year-old point guard who's definitely not worth $42 million, right? But they're the number 2 seed and they're about to kick out the defending champions.
Well, they just made their first playoff since like 2011, so yeah,
Right,
I mean,
yeah,
it's
so
worth
Steve-
it. He's
so
worth every
Stevie-
dollar.
You have
Says
to
Stevie.
go all in when
Ash.
you have players like that. And Portland is just consistently like, oh, we'll be competitive.
We
We'll
have
be
Damian
competitive.
Lillard. We have Damian Lillard.
We have Damian Lillard.
Well,
We'll
that
be
was my
competitive.
problem with Denver, and then they go out and get Aaron Gordon. Unfortunately, Jamal Murray got hurt, but
Right.
that was
But even-
like I
but
didn't
even
expect
then,
it.
Even then, like I know Aaron Gordon was definitely a good like piece.
Great
for them.
defensive piece. We needed
Great
defense.
right? That like I still will sit here and say like that's almost not enough for me to go all in. Like that's not an all in move.
No, it's not
Like,
an all-in move. But
when
look
Bradley-
at but they've been to the Western Conference Finals and they've been to Game 7 2 years in a row in the
Right.
divisional round.
Right. But
So
what I'm saying
they're
is,
right
is, like,
there.
what I'm saying is like let's just say if Bradley Beal came on the market this summer, that's a move.
Well,
Denver needs to make.
currently that would be huge because our guards are not in a great spot right now.
Right, like Jamal Murray. Who cares? Give me Bradley Beal.
No, I will
Bradley-
keep Jamal Murray over Beal. Personally, I will. I'm saying
Yeah.
personally, I will.
Cap.
It's not.
Stop.
I'm genuinely
What-
not. We
what-
can
what-
move
what
past
was
it, or
that?
we can
He said he'd take Jamal Murray
over Bradley Beal. I would.
That's just the homer love for him. I mean, it is. And I'm okay with it. You know, it is what it is. You know.
Stop.
I'm being dead serious, dude. He's the reason we beat the Jazz last year in Game 7 in that series.
Bro, Bradley Beal's a better basketball player.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying who fits the team better. Jamal Murray.
I mean, they play two different positions, so.
That too. If he wants to take Will Barton's spot, I'm here for that.
Bradley Beal's a beast, though. He's just
I'm not arguing that.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like he's an absolute animal. The dude's almost a scoring title champion every single
No,
year.
you're in and out. I get
Yeah.
it. But
He's a
that's
beast.
because he has absolutely nothing on his team. He has to.
Whoa. You got Mr. Triple Double
Dude,
himself.
Ty, do you not know the greatest point guard to ever play is on that team? How
Yeah.
dare you?
Mr. Triple Double himself.
Mr. 3 of 19.
3 of 19?
Yeah.
To go.
Mr. Popcorn.
Mr. 18 turnovers goes 3 of 19, but hey, I got a triple-double.
I can't stand him.
Also, they're
That's
currently
what
down.
I'm
They're currently
saying.
down
I'm telling you
6.
right now.
Is Embiid? I
Sixers?
don't think Embiid's playing.
No,
No, beat down definitely.
Embiid's out indefinitely. So, I mean, he has a torn meniscus, so
Yeah, he'll come back.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you because we're talking about the Sixers now. If the Sixers win tonight, they move on. Right? They will lose in 5 to 6 games against the Hawks if the Hawks win tonight.
Probably.
I honestly like I don't see.
we don't have
how-
the scoring. We don't have the
They
scoring.
don't have this. Yeah, they don't have the scoring without him, and it's not like they're just gonna like pull like Ben Simmons all of a sudden going to become like a 25 point per game player. He's just not gonna happen.
No, not at all.
You don't think Tobias Harris is going to go off?
I mean, he can.
I mean, he can, but they're still
I mean,
missing.
Seth
30 points a
Seth
game.
Curry's got 26 right now.
That's a lot.
Mhm.
That's what they'd have to do. They
No,
just
that's
have
what
to
they
have
would need.
role play. Yeah, the role players just to step up, but I just don't think they can for a whole series.
Also, the Hawks are up 5 at halftime.
Yeah, the Knicks are
They really
They
hurt
need-
me.
the Knicks need an actual superstar. They
I
don't
put-
have an actual superstar.
$25 down for them to win the series. That's not going to work out.
They need an actual superstar, like a player who can take over a game, and they will get that this summer because New York's now attracted to play at.
Well, especially how with the young pieces
The
that
young
they have.
core. Yep.
Yeah,
the
the
young
young
core that
pieces
they
and
have
Derrick
is
Rose.
solid.
Yep. You're gonna see like Lonzo Ball sign with them this summer, I bet, and you're gonna see
Is Lonzo Ball a scorer, though? That doesn't address their issue.
no, but I think they're gonna get somebody who will. Like they're gonna get somebody who
They got to get Bradley Beal.
that would be lit. That'd be yeah. I don't know. There's so many players. I have to check. I think there's a bunch of really good players who are gonna be free agents this summer. Like Kawhi Leonard's a free agent. Like there's a few that are pretty big. I could see that being a good fit. Like Kawhi Leonard go out east, be New York, but
Dude, I mean this as nice as humanly possible. That shouldn't happen because he will not work in that market. End of story. Like we're talking. You're trying to make a fucking piece of toast be a superstar in New York.
Right.
I mean, it's literally
he's not built for that.
He's not. He's barely built for LA. Yeah. The only reason it works in LA is because really the Clippers are team 2.
They also have Paul George too, that takes majority of the blunt of the media.
Very true.
Just a comment on that. Paul George has been absolutely balling this postseason, and everyone is like,
no one talks about it. No one talks about it.
Yeah, listen, the bubble showed a lot of things. It showed that a lot of players who were not that good got better, and it showed a lot of really good players weren't that comfortable there. Straight up. Because like you take him out of the bubble, and all of a sudden he's like playoff P. Like he's not shooting a good 3-point percentage, but I don't really care. He's still getting like 26 out of 50% shooting. Like I don't care if he's not shooting good from 3. If he's getting 26 on 50% shooting, he's doing just fine.
Bradley Beal might drop 45 tonight.
Yeah, he's a walking bucket.
Yeah, right now.
What do we get?
He has 30 through 4 minutes and 44 seconds left in the third.
We need to talk about Luka a little bit and how
he's the greatest basketball player ever.
Like Luka Doncic could go down
as a GOAT.
As a GOAT at 21.
Yeah.
At 21, I can say that like wholeheartedly.
He's 22 right now.
Did he just turn 22?
Yes.
Okay. He's 22 now.
He's the closest thing that we have seen to LeBron at the young age since him.
To come in and carry a team, yeah.
Yeah, we saw Kobe. We saw Kobe do it.
Porzingis sucks.
Porzingis is wildly overrated. Nick's Porzingis was a flash in the pan.
No, but we saw Kobe do it. We saw KG do it. We saw even like a Tracy McGrady do it, and then obviously LeBron and Luka Doncic. He is that player. He's that player that in not only that player, but the best we've probably ever seen at his age. He is doing things that just undoubtedly he's breaking records, playoff records that have been set in stone. Like we almost saw one, a really big one broke last night with Dame Lillard, but Luka's doing it night in and night out, and carrying a team that is not that good.
No, I saw a stat. First 9 playoff games in your career, he has over 275 points, over 75 rebounds, and over 75 assists. That has never been done ever.
That's
insane in itself.
There's like 5 players with him, counting, that have had scored 270 points in their first so many games or whatever it was, and I can't remember how much it was, but he's in there.
It was the first 5 games or something.
Yeah, it's like him, Kobe, Jordan, Kareem, literally name the
names you want to be associated with.
Yeah, and he's there, right. And he's doing it quietly. No, he's doing it his way, dude. You don't hear it. It's the same as we're talking about with Joker. You don't hear it. He just is doing it.
It's the market. It's just that market. It is what it is.
It is. Luka, it's crazy. He's an absolute beast.
The craziest part to me about Luka is that he has so much room to improve, and he's already this good. He shoots an average 3-point percentage. He shoots an average field goal percentage. He's gonna get more efficient, and he's gonna draw more fouls and all this stuff, and he's gonna be he's pretty much going to be like James Harden on steroids 5-6 years from now. And that's just a scary thought to even put in your head.
He is awful from the line, though. That's one.
He's awful in this series. It's in this series. He's not awful for the year.
I was going to say he's not a career 50% free throw shooter.
No, wasn't he real close the 1 year? Wasn't he real close last year? The 90s?
No. But
he shoots 73.5 for a career.
Okay. That's not terrible. I mean,
one of 4 shots is being missed.
Right. That's
And on top of it.
Oh my god.
What's LeBron's?
About the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's acceptable. That's massive.
No, and that's something that way back when was probably one of our first episodes when we were doing our predictions for the season for the NBA. I literally said I used the words that if there's the only up that Luka has is the MVP. He just didn't have the regular season for that, but literally he's
He's
what
gonna
else
win.
is
He's
more
gonna
can
win
he do?
multiple MVPs in his career.
What else can he do? Individually, it's ridiculous. Like he's
Also, realistic
Special.
because Cal,
He's
I think
special.
you sent this in the group. Let's be real. The Luka Doncic for Trae Young trade, yeah, it fits, but dear God, did Atlanta lost that trade?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. Evan brought up, asked, like, he said, do you think that, Denver, Dallas would be where they would be if they had Trae Young?
No,
They wouldn't. They'd probably be a playoff team.
they might be fringe.
Yeah. But now with Atlanta, I said Atlanta would probably be the 2 or 3 seed.
Yeah.
If they had Luka.
they'd be the 3 or 4 seed.
Yeah.
They're not going to be better than the Nets.
No,
They're not going to be better than the Bucks. But
I put them on par with the Bucks, dude. If they have Luka Doncic, I really do.
I
do
think we
too.
said that last night.
Yeah, I do
But
too.
I
They beat
still
3
give the
or
edge
4.
to the
They
Bucks.
beat. They're already beat. The Hawks already beaten the 4 seed in the Knicks. So, they're better than them right now. So add them, they're already going to be the 4 there. So,
Question. Let's just say if the Mavs win this game tonight,
They go up 3-2.
how big of a panic button does the Clippers have?
I mean,
I don't-
you
it's
have
hard-
to be freaking
They're
out.
going to be overrated AF if they lose
I would
this
say
series.
I would say panic button, but not so much panic button. They have home court, and they have still 2 perennial all-stars on their team.
But they might not.
No, I'm saying
Kawhi's a
right.
free
You're talking
agent.
about future. I think you're talking about just
everything.
everything.
I
I'm talking about
don't
everything.
see.
If
Okay.
I
Kawhi
think
loses
you're
the
talking about
series,
the
he's
series.
out.
Yeah, if they don't win the series, Kawhi's out.
I don't
Yeah,
think
something
so.
like that.
I don't.
Listen,
I
if
don't
Where does he go?
Listen,
The Bucks. The
If,
Bucks.
listen, if Kawhi won an NBA title
76ers.
with the Raptors and then left the
defense
team
would
the
be
following
unreal.
year, he is 100% A-okay with leaving after like 2 failure of a playoff series.
I mean, maybe it's just because I'm looking at it different, but he's wanted to play in LA his whole career because he grew up there. I mean, he clearly has a tie to his hometown, so
I don't know. It's just listen.
like, why not stay there and build around it?
I say the same thing about the Lakers. I think the Lakers hit the panic button when they lose tomorrow.
The Lakers have to hit the panic button because that's
They're
a little
going to.
different.
Like you got to think they got rid of all their young pieces, right?
And they're all
And-
blossoming now, all 4 of them.
Right, all 4 of them,
Like a flower.
and LeBron's obviously going to be like 38 years old next year.
Well, not only that, I love AD, and he's a very good basketball player, but both superstars that they have, it seems like they're injured every other game.
One's
Both of
hurt,
them.
the other's hurt.
He's always
both of them.
Yeah.
So right now the
one's hurt
Lakers
and the
have
other one
2.
wishes he was hurt.
Lakers have 2 superstars, 2 of the best players in the NBA.
AD's
both
always been
hurt.
hurt through his career.
Both
though.
hurt every night. One of them. I don't remember the last time that they've played like 3 games in a row with with both of them playing together.
I think 80's always been injury prone.
It's
throughout
been a
his career,
while.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's that eyebrow. I think it's just hinder. So
No, I think it's his
I think
absolutely
his
inhuman
equilibrium
frame that he
is
works
off.
on.
I think it's.
You know, the one thing that was a little bit surprising today that we should bring up before we change topics is the Brad Stevens news.
No, I wanted to
hit
talk
me-
about this.
Yeah.
That hit me with like a ton of bricks because one, I personally thought that Brad Stevens was not going to be a coach of the Celtics going into this season. I 100% thought that he was going to either be stepped down. I honestly thought he was going to be like interviewing for college jobs. So I was very surprised to see that he took a front office job. But like, talk about like a guy who was viewed as like one of the best coaches in the league. Like, they just never. The Celtics didn't do what I said. They never took the plunge. They had so many opportunities to take the plunge and just be the team in the East with the loaded roster, with all the picks that they had and the assets they had. Instead, they got a Kemba Walker on the other side of age of 30, who's been actually really bad for them since he started.
Last
It's
year
a
he was
good-
good. This year,
But
not so
I
much.
He was
I'm
okay,
taking
though. He
I'm
was
taking him
okay.
over Kyrie though.
Yeah.
I would not. But
On that team,
Kyrie-
for
Kyrie-
team
Kyrie-
on that team.
For team
Kyrie on
chemistry,
that
I'm taking
team.
Kemba.
That's
Kyrie on
what
that
I'm
team.
That's what I'm
Okay,
saying.
Kyrie on that team. Okay, yeah,
That's
fine.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, fine. That's fine.
I will say though, if Jaylen Brown was playing in this series, it would at least got to Game 6. I think they
I
would.
would, I would agree, but
At least
either
Game
way,
6.
but no, but what I'm saying is
They
though,
wouldn't be in that position. I don't think so. I think they would be the 3 seed.
But what I'm-
They'd be the
what
3
I'm
or 4
saying-
seed if Jaylen Brown would have kept.
they
kept
offered, but like even Boston offered a trade for James Harden that include Jaylen Brown, and they didn't pull the trigger. Okay, like I love Jaylen Brown, but he's not James Harden. He's not James Harden. And James Harden right now is better than Jaylen Brown will ever be at any moment in his career. He'll never be what James Harden is. I'm just saying that they had so many opportunities to take the plunge as well, and they never did. They just never did. And you know what they did? They rode the mediocrity line for the last 3 years with budding superstars getting better every year. Like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are Jason Tatum's a superstar. Jaylen Brown is a high level star, right?
Jason Tatum is moving closer and closer to that top 10 player in the league.
Yeah, right. But the problem is that but the problem is that they don't have, because like Kemba Walker has not been good enough to be what they thought he was going to be. Like they thought that he was going to be the complementary piece to Jaylen Brown and Tatum, and he hasn't been that. And like it just like I just don't know how you just don't take the plunge. Like the worst thing you do is it doesn't work out, and it takes 3 years in the NBA to get good again. Like literally, like the Sixers were bad for literally 3 seasons, and then all of a sudden they got Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, and they won the East this year. So like I just don't understand how you don't do it.
Okay, but you say 3 years to rebuild and get back. That 3 years it's been since Kyrie has been there, and you know it.
Exactly, they haven't gotten any better.
I wouldn't say they've gotten worse though either. So I get the mediocrity.
Mediocrity. That's what I'm saying. Like they just never got better.
Yeah.
But the problem is that everyone around them got better. Everyone in the East got better around them, and they never did. Like the Sixers got better, the Bucks got better, the Nets got way better.
The Knicks improved.
Yeah, the Knicks. Yeah, listen, man, they were a 7 seed. The Celtics were a 7 seed this year.
Again, but like Cal said, if Jaylen Brown is healthy, they're not a 7 seed.
But Jaylen Brown was.
He played majority of the season. So
yeah, like he didn't play the last like 10 games. Like I'm not gonna.
But what I'm saying,
give them that big.
If Jaylen Brown playing, they're a scary 7 seed.
Yeah, I agree.
Scary.
Listen, no one's hating on them for losing to the Nets. I'm hating on them for not making moves to be competitive with other teams in the East that made moves around them. Like the Bucks got Drew Holiday, and and that team is completely different with Drew Holiday now.
If the Nets and especially KD wasn't injury prone, they would have been playing the 76ers, and they would have beat the 76ers in the series with Embiid out. The Celtics would have been.
Yeah,
because the Nets are the best team in the NBA. They're the best team in the East.
Right.
They should have been the one seed if the players would have been healthy the entire season. All three of them. One was running off doing family political stuff. One likes to travel every time he has the ball. The other one hurts his ankle every 5 seconds. So if they're all three together, they're obviously the best team. They're going to win the finals this year. Right. They should the 76ers. I mean, the 76ers and Celtics shouldn't be playing against each other. And I think if Embiid's actually right now, with everything going on, if Embiid's definitely out, the Celtics would be moving on.
No, I get that, but
they would lose to the Bucks, but they would be moving on.
But I'm just trying to drive home the point that like this isn't just this year. This has been like 3 or 4 years where they had all these assets, all these picks, all these like movable pieces that are young and like blossoming, like that they could have made a move, like a big splash. So they could have made one.
So let me ask you this: is it Danny Ainge that was holding them back from doing that, or is it
you're scratching?
Like, is putting Brad Stevens in that position in the front office going to change anything, or is it going to keep the status quo? Because yeah, the head coach ultimately he can make recommendations, but he doesn't make the changes to the roster. So is Danny Ainge the issue? Was that the issue? Is that really going to be?
Had to be. If he's stepping down, he realizes that like he's not the man for the job anymore. Instead of getting fired, he stepped down, right? And 2, if they replace him with the head coach, that means that they think that his ideas were better.
His vision's better,
right? And listen, let's be honest. Danny Ainge is an old school player, played in the 80s and 90s, like probably doesn't connect with the players well anymore, but Brad Stevens does. So like Brad Stevens will be able to make moves that people are happy that they're playing for him. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously he's not going to be the coach, but he's going to have his hands in the pot more than anybody.
Well, he's going to hire the next coach.
He's going to hire the next coach, right? So they're probably going to hire a very player-friendly coach, someone that people want to play for.
Urban Meyer.
KG.
Moving on. Nothing like a dumb comment that just sets me off.
KG, baby. Anything is
Yeah,
possible.
Listen, there's rumors about Evan Turner.
Paul Pierce.
There's rumors about Evan Turner.
Hey, Paul Pierce is looking for a job after
Yeah.
getting cut from ESPN.
Bring all of his strippers.
Listen, let's just bring Larry Bird back. Let's go, baby. Okay.
No, it is interesting though. Do we want to touch on the Coach K thing while we're talking about basketball, or?
UNC needs
Look at the Celtics.
Oh my god.
Hey, Mike.
UNC
Hey.
Scalabrine.
Scalabrine would be an awesome.
White Mamba.
I love Scalabrine.
UNC needs to sweep them next year.
Yeah, I know how you. Yeah, that.
If UNC goes Coach K goes 0-4 against UNC in his last 2 seasons, I will forever. I'll get a portrait on my wall of all the scores.
Just all of them. Just all of them in a line.
Yep, all 4 of those scores in a line. I'll hang it in my room.
You're so
It'll show you how
petty.
big of a fan I am.
You're
Just
so
like that
petty.
5-time champion, like City of Champions, like thing behind Evan. I'll just get one of those. Huge fan.
We
Yeah,
didn't listen.
but no, honestly, it's good that Coach K is going to step down because he's definitely not the same. I've been saying this. I said it all year long. He's not the same coach. He's not good anymore. He's not a good coach anymore. So this will be a good. We'll get the farewell tour to Coach K, and we'll have a good old time.
Oh, dude. No, I was going to say, Cade, if you thought Duke was typically insufferable due to ESPN, buddy.
Oh, terrible. It's
Buddy,
really terrible.
every.
I hope they miss the tournament again.
And
Oh,
I
this is brilliant.
mean, every time there's a Duke game, you're going to see the pregame, the ceremony,
the flashbacks,
everything.
All of the wins.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is going to just be, it's going to be really annoying, especially like.
You're gonna have to hold it because it's just
You
not
just
gonna
hold
work.
it like this when you talk.
It sounds like a cat is beneath you scratching. There we go.
That's what it sounds like.
But no, I mean, every time that he's going to play it his last time
Stop.
at UNC, at literally any ACC
Just rock one
school.
headphone.
Just hold it.
And
Yeah,
let it
just hold
hang. Just let it hang. Yeah, there you go.
There you
that
go.
works.
Be like you could be like the actual podcasters that like hold their microphones like
Yeah,
this.
like this. Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Or
it's
TikToker.
just that one. The Coach K farewell tour is going to be very annoying. Just as someone who
Well,
doesn't really
it's
care
pretty
for
bad.
Duke.
If anybody deserves it, it's Coach K.
Listen, I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
no,
to
he
you.
does
definitely
deserve
deserves
it. It's still going to be
He does deserve
annoying.
it.
Agreed.
Listen,
Agreed.
It's gonna be like I'm gonna be like Draymond when he told Par Peace like, hey, you think you get a fairway tour? You ain't Kobe, bro. You ain't Kobe. When they go like 500 and miss the tournament again.
He's one of the best college basketball coaches ever.
And
I don't care.
And Olympics.
He's better than Kobe.
I don't care.
And Olympics.
Look at me. I don't care.
And Olympics, yes.
You wonder why I don't care?
He's better
Do
than
you
War
think?
Williams.
Do you think he still coaches the Olympic team though?
No, he absolutely does not. I hope the last day he drives out of Cameron Indoor,
Don't
he somehow finds
stop.
a nice rabbit in the road.
Jim
And he takes it
Boeheim
up
on
off
the
the
side of the road.
And he takes it off and he lets it go. And then he
1.0
realizes
KD, baby.
how shitty of a coach he was.
He'll end with a 1-1 no matter what.
A 1-1 even.
How many? Not
Oh,
many
no,
will
no,
say
he's still
that.
got time. He's still got time to get a 2.0 in there.
Not many will can say that about their lives.
Unbelievable. All right.
No, it is. It's going to be a
in
weird.
my car the other day. I was kinda
Either
scared.
way, this year with
That's scary.
with Roy Williams not with retiring and then him retiring next year. If he retires, we'll see. I mean, people have said that they're going to retire, then not. I mean, look at Brett Favre. But either
That's enough of
way,
that.
both of these legend coaches in this obviously one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports.
The biggest.
Is going to be weird in the next couple of years.
All I
And
will
it's gonna
say
be- we'll
is
see. Do you think what Duke disciple is going to take over that job? Like how UNC.
Jeff Capel.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Hey,
you think
Okay,
after
hold it
after
like
what he's
out
done,
here. You keep peeking every time you stick it in your mouth.
It sounds
Yeah,
like you're playing.
I mean,
Xbox.
just like his other mic, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that next time. But
no,
It does sound like his current headset.
do you
yeah.
think? Do you think? Cable, you think Cable's the guy, even though he hasn't really Pittsburgh
Yeah.
hasn't panned out?
And honestly, I think he would pan out more if people wanted to come play basketball for Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
They just
who the
don't.
hell? First off, I'm going to tell you two things. It's just like anything else I said about Pittsburgh when it comes to sports. Free agents, nobody wants to come to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's not like the most attractive place to come play sports at.
Okay.
Two,
What do you
Where's
have
the
against
City of
grit and
Champions?
blue collar?
The City of Champions, you mean?
it's just
Look at
it's
the
not-
banner behind
it's
Evan's
not.
shoulder.
Okay, I don't need to argue
No,
this.
it's just like no one wants to go to Green Bay. It's the same thing.
no one wants to
The
go
City
to
of
Green Bay.
Champions.
Nobody does.
The fuck
Nobody
you.
wants to do that.
Title Town. You guys can
Yeah.
have City of Champions. We'll take Title Town.
No
I
one
mean-
cares. No one cares about it. But I'm
We
just
have at
saying,
least 5 championships in all 3 of
Okay.
our events.
if you're an ACC recruit,
5.
one of the last places you're going
X.
is Pittsburgh. If you're an ACC recruit, one of the last places you're going is
Yeah.
Pittsburgh. So
Agree.
So
Agree.
Jeff Capel suffers
But
because of that.
so is Syracuse, but we still find a way to get to the Sweet
Okay,
16
can
year
I
in
be
year
honest
out.
with you? Let's be honest here. Do we think that Jeff Capel went to Pitt knowing that Coach Capel was going to be done at any minute with the
Yeah,
sole
but you gotta
idea of
succeed.
getting head coach, with the whole idea of learning how to run a program, be a head
Running
coach,
it.
and
to
have
the
a
ground.
crew and all that stuff on his own to be able to come back and do it better with a better like clientele. 100%.
To the
100%.
ground.
That's
Jeff
why.
Capel. That's why I thought like if Pitt when like 3 years ago or whatever they hired him that he was going to be good because he actually has some ties to the NBA. But
Listen, you still
It
got to be
didn't-
attracted
it
to
didn't
sport
pan
good
out.
players. Talent wins no matter
What
how
do you
we
mean? The
look at it.
Peterson Center is beautiful.
I do
On top,
love watching
on top of
you
that
buckets
stupid
there.
hill, walk up there.
the parking is atrocious.
It's the worst.
atrocious.
Pittsburgh in general parking is
Listen,
atrocious.
Facts.
All I'm going to
Yeah,
say
But
is
we win
But in
championships.
general, is the best city in
But we
the
win
United States.
championships. I mean, this year.
We do.
yeah.
Mhm.
all I'm going to say is, good for Coach K for realizing he can no longer do it. Shame on Coach K for getting a farewell tour. Moving on.
All right, we
Hey,
can go talk. We can
Kobe
go talk
had
about hockey.
Hope he had one. Well, I mean, just
Hey, so
don't
did
get
Paul
helicopter,
Pierce.
Coach K.
Coach K and Kobe Bryant are nowhere in the same level of a farewell tour. Moving on.
I don't know.
No.
A lot of people
Bro,
would argue
what is
what he
you
just
talking
said,
about?
but
Yeah, what
I
are you
think-
talking about?
I'm
I
not
think
going to
a
argue
player-
it because I agree with
I think
Cade.
I think a player means more than a coach in the world of sports any day of the year. Any
But
day of the
in
year. The
college
player is more
basketball, the coach
He is-
almost means more.
meaningful. Okay. How many players, how
Okay.
many young adults who became players looked up to Kobe Bryant? How many young
Everyone.
people? Yep. How many young people who became coaches looked up to Coach K? Not nearly the same.
Every single
amount.
coach.
Not
Every
the
single
same amount
coach.
of people though. It's just not the same amount of people.
But listen, what I'm saying is, you walk down the street and you ask a random person who doesn't know anything about basketball, name a basketball player. There are going to be a couple names that they're going to say. They're going to say LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan. Those are the 3 names they're probably going to say. Okay.
Right.
Who's
Random
the last one?
Okay. And you ask a random person, name a basketball coach. I bet you Coach K is the first one they say.
Maybe Pop.
I would say Phil.
No, I'm
Jackson.
talking about like a person that doesn't know
Phil
basketball
Jackson's up there.
at all. I'm talking about
Phil
a person
Jackson.
that doesn't- a
Yeah,
random
but you
person.
got to remember over the Trump administration, Popovich was pretty well spoken. So like
Yeah.
people know Popovich.
Yeah, I'm just saying like a random person doesn't know
I'm
basketball. at all.
telling you
He'd
the
be like-
two
he'd be
people.
like
I'm
coach.
telling you the two
Phil
people.
Jackson is absolutely up there. Yes.
Yeah,
Coach
Phil
K is
Jackson,
up there.
Coach K. It's
And-
Phil Jackson, Coach K.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm
I'm not-
saying. So it's
Yeah,
pretty.
but I'm not. Listen, I'm not just talking about Coach K.
That
I'm talking
big
about in
nose
general. No
effort
one
is
cares, but no one cares about Phil Jackson like they care about Michael Jordan.
That's true.
That's all I'm saying.
That's
Like,
true.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. No one cares about Greg Popovich as much as they care about Tim Duncan.
but Coach K is probably the most influential coach of all time.
Do people care more about Kobe Bryant and Shaq during the three-peat with Phil Jackson, or do they care more about Phil Jackson?
I don't know if you ask Mrs. Buss, she thinks Phil Jackson is the 5th most influential Laker of all time. So
Yeah. Again,
It's an
I'm gonna move
interesting
on.
statement by Jeannie.
Did you see that?
No.
Did
She
you
left
see that?
Shaq off. She left
She
Shaq
left Shaq
that
off.
list.
She said,
Oh
LeBron-
my God.
She said
What?
LeBron. She said LeBron,
LeBron.
Magic, Kobe,
Jerry West.
Jerry West, and Phil Jackson.
Phil
Jerry
Jackson.
West, I totally understand. To be completely honest,
he's a
Jerry
logo.
West, I completely get.
He's the
Well, he's
logo.
also been an NBA exec for like 2
Well, no, I was
championship
gonna say
teams,
he's
so.
literally built the
Well,
Lakers there for a
he
while
was
too.
Yeah, he was the NBA.
He built the
he was an
Lakers.
exec for the Lakers. Yeah.
He built the Lakers when they went on their
But she said
Dog,
Phil
how do you
Jackson.
leave Shaq off?
I don't know if you guys know this, but Jerry
Over
West,
even Kareem. Like
Jerry
even
West-
Kareem,
Yeah,
they give
Kareem.
Shaq over Kareem, and for my opinion, but even Kareem over Phil Jackson. He's the coach. You're gonna say the players are coach. What are you talking about?
And
He was-
that's
first of all, he
you're
played-
making Cade's point.
I know I
Yeah.
100% agree with that. What I'm saying is that you have to give respect for the guy who's the most influential basketball coach pretty much of all time.
You mean Coach
All right.
K? Coach K is the most influential.
That's what I'm saying.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm not disagreeing.
So
with
we
that.
just talked about basketball for a solid hour. Let's get to the NHL really quick and then get to our bets.
8:35. We need to start at 8:35.
I love it.
All right. So real quick in the NHL,
They have nets too.
they do have nets. They absolutely do have nets.
What a transition.
And for
They
the
put a
most
man in
part,
front
the
of it.
players do mean more than the coaches. So
They absolutely do.
I don't think I can name one NHL coach right now.
Sullivan. That's the only one I could. I don't
think
even know his
coaches
first
anymore,
name.
Does he?
I can name
I
like
could-
5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could name maybe
Wait,
5 too.
There's
Dude.
Quinville, Sullivan,
Wait, is Sullivan still coach
Bednar,
for the
Peter
Pens?
DeBoer, and I'm forgetting.
Barry
Trotz.
Trotz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are like the
I
5.
knew you were gonna name him.
wait, time. He still coaches for the Pens.
Sullivan. Yeah.
Like Sullivan, yeah.
I honestly thought he got fired. Like
No,
2 years
he's
ago
probably
for some
going to get
reason.
fired at the end of this year, though.
Listen, all I know is
We're going to see.
I think he goes when
I
they
follow
go.
my hometown team, Carolina Hurricanes. Moving on.
Jesus.
You literally don't know. Name three players.
I'll give you a head start. Sebastian Aho. Now name 2.
Okay.
Listen, I'll just say like a bunch of syllables in Russian, and I'll hopefully
Okay,
land.
Kurt.
Hopefully
Say a
land.
bunch of syllables in Russian.
Ah,
All right. Yeah, really quick. All of the second round matchups are set. The Golden Knights are playing the Avalanche. The Lightning are playing the Hurricanes. Canadians are playing the Jets, and the Islanders are playing the Bruins.
who is the Seattle Kraken playing?
They will be drafting second next year. That just happened tonight. We'll know where they're drafting. I'm not excited for the expansion draft again, man.
But
I hope they take
have
Jari.
you seen?
Please.
I know
take
this has
Tristan
nothing to do
Jari.
with. I know there has nothing to do with the playoffs, and I don't want to take this too much time. But have you seen the construction they put on the arena? Is looking great.
On
Maybe not.
EPG?
No. The Seattle
Kraken.
Krakens.
Oh, no, I haven't seen anything on the Kraken's.
It looks great.
arena.
The only reason I saw it is because of the Bachelorette. She's from Seattle, and she was there, and it looks
Cal,
really good.
does the shift slap?
Does slap.
Okay.
It looks really good. It looks really good. I'm excited for that, though. It's always cool to add new teams.
Take
No, it's
Tristan
always,
Jari, please.
it's always cool until your favorite team at the time loses their franchise goaltender in Marc-Andre
True.
Fleury. So
We never loved him.
We
We never
protected
loved him
Matt
enough,
Murray
though.
for the Wolves.
We
it
never
really
loved
was
him
for
enough.
the lulls, dude.
Didn't Murray
We did
win
win
another
2 cups with
title,
them
though?
though. 2.
Just
Yeah.
saying.
We
2
went
back-to-back.
two with Fleury
Drake
too.
back to back. We going back to back.
Hey, we win 2 with Fleury as well, so
Hey, 90s
Do we though?
97.
That's
Yeah.
hypothetical.
it is hypothetical.
Jordan, 90s,
He's very
97.
hot and cold.
But
Second
Fleury
round.
got there with the Knights, so
True.
Let's just see the.
I would
common
argue
outlier.
that the Knights are a little bit deeper than the Penguins.
no, the Knights over their entire stint in the
They've been
NHL
deep.
so far, they could run 1 to 4 every year.
Deep.
Except maybe this year. This is the year they don't really have a fourth line.
Deep.
Shut up. All right, so just a real quick on the series going on right now. Avs are winning 1-0 against the Knights. They play again tonight. The Hurricanes are losing 2-0 to the Lightning. Canadians right now are beating the shit out of the Jets, so that's probably going to be 1-0. And the Bruins Islanders is actually super competitive. Didn't expect that one.
What?
The series is tied 1-1, dude. And
I mean,
they've gone to overtime. Like, they're good games.
as much as I said like Bruins in 5, like
the
I watched
Bruins,
I watched the first game and I'm like, oh, okay, we're going 7.
like, it's actually a hard-nosed fought game.
Yeah,
like,
I love
it's
it.
pretty good.
Like I said, I will say that the East is absolutely the most competitive division, and I will say that until the Stanley Cup is won, and we go back to normal next year.
Correct.
I don't want it to. I like the way this is.
I don't. I
I
hate
don't.
it.
I hate playing eight teams.
I like
Or
playing. Yeah, I like
Yeah, I
playing
like
two,
playing out of
two
conference
times
schedule.
against
I
the
like
opposite
the
conference,
stories.
and
Yeah,
The stories is cool.
yeah, stories and
I will-
rivalries are great, but
enjoy a premier ass whooping of the Avalanche when they come to town next year.
I'm pretty sure the Avs are like on a 5 game win streak against the Pens.
Well, I need a fact check.
I could be wrong on that. I'm just almost positive on it because I've been to like 3 of the games. But real quick, I also want to touch on Toronto. They are officially the worst franchise in all of sports.
That's
they
false,
haven't won.
but
Evan, do you know the last time they won a playoff series? Just a playoff series. I'm not talking anything more than just a
Dude, in all
playoff
of sports,
series.
the Cleveland Browns, like,
They have a playoff win more recently than the Maple Leafs.
I have a fun fact.
what is it?
It has nothing to do with hockey, but I saw this on Twitter.
Pittsburgh Pirates.
No, it's great. Did you know that there's never been a text message about the Bengals winning a playoff game in history? Because the last time they won the playoff game was in 1991. The very first text message ever sent was in 1992.
It's not bad.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So, Evan, I mean,
Mind blown.
you understand the point behind Toronto, though. I mean, Toronto is basically the New York Knicks of the hockey world. They are all freaks. The entire media surrounds it. They haven't won a playoff series since 2004. They haven't won a cup since, like, 1965.
Who was this
How
again?
many-
67. Yeah,
I
Who's
was
this again?
close. Toronto Maple Leafs.
How many?
they've won a lot of Stanley Cups,
Come on,
though.
come on.
My God,
That doesn't matter, though, when you haven't
I know.
won since 65.
I know.
That's like talking about the
Next
Packers
question.
championships.
From like 1930, no one cares, right? Like, no
My
one cares.
point! There were 8
I know-
teams
I
in the
know-
league.
Okay, I have a question about this. So you're comparing them to the Knicks because how big they are, like for the hockey
Because
market, where you're
because
saying-
the media around it, yes.
Right. Okay. I had a question in my head. Now I'm losing it, and it's gone.
Grab it! Please grab it!
It's right there.
Okay. So what I was gonna say is about them is like if they're that big, like they have like this is how Austin Matthews played for them, right? Like,
Austin
they've had,
Matthews,
like-
Mitch
They
Marner,
acquired
Jumbo
John
Joe,
Tavares.
John Tavares.
Right. They've had John Tavares, who's played for the Islanders, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
he was a stud.
He was their captain.
Yeah, they've
Yes.
had good players, and man, that's crazy. My
Grew
question
up in
is,
Toronto.
since 2004 time, was it their last playoff series?
None.
You're gonna have to ask that again. You froze.
Oh,
Oh boy. Here we
how
go.
many playoff series have they won since 2004?
They have not won a playoff series. They have not won 4 games in a 7-game series since 2004.
How many appearances do they have then?
Like, they appear in the playoffs, they just don't win. I think it's like 7.
I got it.
Okay, because that was my original question. Not how many have they won. It was how many appearances do they have since then.
Yeah, I think 7.
Yeah. So yeah, they're losing. They're the Cincinnati Bengals. Like they just lose in the first round every time they make the playoffs. So they.
But
they
again,
won
they
2,
are
3,
the biggest
4,
media market for hockey in basically the world because
4.
it's Toronto.
4 times, and since 2004 they made the playoffs.
Okay, 4 in 17 years.
They've only made the playoffs 4 times.
And they've lost every time.
That is the New York Knicks of the NHL. Because the New York Knicks haven't made the playoffs since 2013.
But since 2004, they made the playoffs 6 times in a row, back dating until 1999.
But again, we're talking, dude. Their
20 years
playoff
ago.
their
Yeah.
playoff drought is
20
almost
years
old
ago.
enough to drink in most
Right,
provinces
I know.
in Canada.
They're not the worst franchise in sports, though. I will definitely say they've won 13 Stanley Cups, and
Okay, in
I don't
hockey.
care if they won. I don't care if they won it before Christ. BC. I mean, it still counts.
yeah,
All right, so the Packers
and they're
have
Stanley
13
Cups. They're
championships,
not.
thank you.
They're
Listen, all I'm
no.
gonna say
Those
is,
aren't
and I'm
NFL
gonna
Super
say-
Bowls.
you guys have heard me have this argument about other sports. I'll have the same one with this one. There was segregation the last time they won a
Okay,
Stanley Cup.
it's not even segregation. There were 8 teams.
Yeah,
They were one of 8 teams. They were competing against
Okay.
7 other teams.
Okay,
Is
so
this
like I
for real?
said,
Yes, dude.
1967, they had 8 teams.
They might have had 12 then.
Either way, it doesn't matter to me. Even if they had 30, I don't care. The whole point is that it literally people were not allowed to go to the same bathroom together.
True.
So I don't care. If it's been that long,
That's in the
I
heart
don't
of the
care.
Oh
civil
my
rights
God,
movement.
12 teams.
I don't
I-
care.
dude,
I don't care anymore. Like, you're bad. You're one of the worst in the. It's been 50 years now, Evan. You got to remember. It's been
Oh,
50
I get it.
years.
I'm just saying they're not the worst
No,
in
50,
franchise
50.
sports. I know they're bad.
They're not the worst in the franchise sports in the last 50 years. But all I'm going to say is that if you haven't won anything, it's kind of like the Boston Celtics. Like, the Boston Celtics won a lot of championships when they were in the NBA. They weren't in the ABA. Were 2 different things. They weren't even in the same league yet. It was half. It was only like 14.
Same thing
teams.
with the Packers.
Right.
they've
Same
been
thing.
to
Like,
4 Super Bowls.
but
I'm
but
saying all the stuff.
but all the
before
championships, like they're saying, like
Yeah,
the
no,
title town, right?
I do it as
But
a
like-
joke, but yes.
Yeah, but who literally, like, who cares? Like, it wasn't even like modern day sports because the league wasn't even formed yet. Like the NHL wasn't even the NHL.
Technically, it's always been the NHL. They just keep expanding teams.
No, but I'm saying like it's not like what we see today. Like it's a lot harder to win today than it was in 1967.
No, I get what you're
Oh my
saying.
god, they
yes.
had 6 teams in 1966.
Yeah, the original
That's
6, dog.
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like that's a joke. That's a joke. When did they like reach like almost 30 teams? Like when did they?
Like 2004.
No, but like I'm saying like in like 1990, how many teams did they have?
Like 24.
That's not bad. I'll take that.
Yeah,
That's
so
not
here-
that bad.
From 6 teams to 31. Here we go.
I'm pretty sure in the 90s they hit like 24.
But either way, like,
1999.
The Penguins were an expansion team.
28
will-
teams. 28 teams in 2000.
okay, I will say
30
that.
teams. I'm sorry. 30 teams in 2000.
Okay, I will say this.
The Penguins are not an expansion team.
From my observation
were.
of someone who does not know a lot about hockey,
Of the
I
original
will-
6.
I will openly tell you that
Okay.
from what I'm hearing is the Toronto Maple Leafs are a bottom 3 or bottom 5 organization
Yes,
for
I
how
agree.
big they are in the world of sports in the United States. For how big they are.
No, I mean,
They're not,
dude,
they're not
like,
even in the United States.
and they-
or Canada.
You know what I'm
Toronto
it's
is
the
basically
it's
the
United
US.
League. It's the United States League.
But
It's the United
no,
States
the other
League.
thing is like they get talent. Like they had Phil Kessel. They've had great players. Tyler Bozak was there for a while. They've had great players. They always drive them out of town because the media just absolutely destroys any element of self-worth that the players have. That's why Austin and Mitch, like, they are going to have a horrible time. They really are.
They might ask for trades. I mean, they're bad, man.
I like
I'm
how
literally
he
sitting
spells
here
it.
thinking. I'm literally now sitting here thinking about the worst professional sports franchises. Since
Toronto
1976.
genuinely has to be in the conversation.
It's the Knicks and Toronto Maple Leafs are definitely in that conversation right now as I sit here.
I mean,
I
the
said,
Browns are too, right?
I would say the Browns are in there.
Browns are in there, but look, the Browns are on an upslope right now. You can't say it. The
Right.
Knicks are on an
No.
upslope. They might win the series.
So
that could
is
happen.
We're just saying since
So
we're
is
just saying
Toronto.
overall since
Mm.
1967.
They're in the playoffs.
The only thing that makes, but like
True.
also all the people I'm saying are all people like of teams that were like big name teams, like like teams that were like big markets.
Yeah, we're talking
so
big markets. It doesn't get bigger than the Knicks and the Maple Leafs in their respective.
Yeah,
sports.
Toronto being
That's what I'm
Toronto.
saying.
I know.
That's what I'm saying. So like you're talking. That's why I'm putting those two in there. I'm just trying to think of other ones. I mean, but either way, it doesn't matter. It's just that's crazy. I did not know that.
Yeah, no,
I also
Toronto's
didn't know that there
shockingly bad.
I also didn't know that there was only 12 teams in 1967 for the NHL. I thought there'd be at least like 20.
Nope.
That's really bad.
It's when they're using those plastic masks.
It is actually
That's when they were barely even wearing helmets.
Mm-hmm.
also true.
Mm-hmm.
Just taking pucks off
No,
the dome.
you're a psychopath to play hockey back in the day. I don't think that's
My
up
dad
to
played
debate.
like that. He still has his original helmet.
That is
You're lying.
insane to me.
Was it made out of leather?
No, it's just a helmet with no shield on it.
Yeah, your dad's a legend. You're not. So
But
It's
also
true. He's in the Armstrong Hockey Hall of Fame, and I'm not.
He also has a banging wife.
shout out.
The jinx is head.
Also, just really quick to wrap up because the entire second round is currently going on in the NHL, so there's not a whole lot to talk about. But the draft lottery did happen tonight. The Sabres had a 17% chance of getting the first overall pick, and congrats to the Sabres. They did get the first
The
overall
Sabres
pick.
is going to do nothing with that pick.
No, because they're going to have to replace Jack Eichel because Jack Eichel is gone.
They're going to
this
do nothing
offseason.
with whoever they pick up.
Exactly.
matter.
The Kraken's got
took
the
an
second
L. I took an L on them winning Stanley
Talk
Cup.
about a franchise that's
But-
bad. The Sabres.
The
I
city.
want an old podcast name, huh? Take
This
the L,
is-
baby.
pick. That's still a good name.
The city. Evan.
Oh,
Yeah,
Buffalo is horrible.
Yeah.
Buffalo does suck as like a sports town. Like, let's just be honest.
Great
It
wings,
does.
though.
Great wings. No, the Sabres also should be up there, but again, they're not even close to the market that Toronto is for hockey.
Right, yeah. They're
They won the
to
Stanley
small
Cup
level.
and Bruce Almighty.
Great
In,
movie.
in Bruce Almighty.
Great
a
movie.
Fictional movie.
Great movie though.
Listen, you know you're a bad sports town when they literally make a movie about how
You
crazy
winning
your
the
fans
cup.
would go if you actually just win anything.
I mean, they won the lottery, so. The Krakens, as I said, got second, and then Anaheim got third. Nothing, honest to God, the percentages, like how every team has percentages for ping pong balls, it actually worked out. The only team that dropped was Anaheim.
Oh, yeah?
So did
We collectively have ADHD.
So how much percentage did the Seattle have for
Seattle was a guaranteed top 3 pick.
Makes
That's
sense.
good.
Makes sense.
Because of the expansion team, they're guaranteed top
Okay,
three.
is it the same way they do with the Nets?
Yes.
I mean, the Knights, they get one pick from
Yeah,
every
that's why I'm
team.
not
Yes.
looking forward to it.
What is
Take
the
Jory, baby. Take
What
him
is
out.
the parameters of that pick?
They have to. It's
So-
whoever the
so-
team
so the-
puts up. Right?
Hold on, I got it. So the Penguins or other 30 teams or whatever.
An NHL team, Evan.
And yes, I'm sorry. I just said that. The NHL team restricts certain players that they cannot touch.
Okay.
And then the rest of them they can pick from
Is
whoever.
there anything around contract stuff? Do they have to absorb the current contract that they
Mhm.
have?
I believe so, yes.
So that has there's a lot
So
of
here's
thinking going on there.
This is what Vegas did. So Vegas
Vegas did it right.
Yeah, Vegas, like from an example that I remember from Detroit, they had not Tomas Hertl. They had one dude with a very, very bad contract. He was an aging defenseman, had a horrible contract. The Red Wings sent along three picks. I think it was 2 seconds and a third.
That's my other question was going to be
Along with this guy. So they didn't take a good player. They took this dude, but then got future picks. And they took the cap hit, so that was the trade-off. So there's a lot of negotiation going on the expansion draft night, because you're going to see your team either get rid of someone really good, like Marc-Andre Fleury, or you're going to be able to negotiate a bad contract off of your cap onto somebody else's, but you will have to give up future picks. It's actually very entertaining, except when they take one of
I
your
would say
favorite
the
players.
only thing that Vegas has done wrong is pay Robin Lehner all that money last year.
Lehner was good, man. I don't hate it. Just he was asked to do a lot against a well-rested Avalanche team in Game 1. Like, Fleury doesn't stop most of those. They were all tic-tac-toe, man.
Fun game.
Well, yeah, I know. I think the Avalanche is going to win the cup, dude.
So do I.
But,
Also won like $200 off of that game. It was awesome.
how old is Lehner? 29.
Yeah, I don't think Lehner's a bad pickup. I think he's a great number 2, and he can step in and be a number 1. Look at what he did with the Islanders. I mean, he can do it. Dude can actually produce. It's just he was asked to do something impossible the other night against a fired-up Avalanche team, and literally there was a 9-minute power play. So
I googled his name, and the first few articles, Peter DeBear defends Knight's strategy despite loss. Of course, every time they start either Fleury or Lehner, it's going to be an article. Why'd you start this guy? Well, why'd you start that
so
guy?
the other thing is, so Fleury just came out of playing all 7 of those games. You and I mean, any Penguins fan knows Fleury has a history of being beat up and just general injuries. So now he's, instead of a day of rest or 2 days of rest, he's going to have 5, which ultimately is going to help him. I mean, I'm sure DeBoer wanted Lehner to steal a game and then have Fleury for the other ones, but I understand resting Fleury. I mean, the dude is old, he is injury prone, and he did need the rest, so I do get it. But again, Fleury wasn't stopping. He might have stopped one of those 7 goals.
Yeah, they scored a touchdown on Lehner.
Yeah. I did 7 shots. It was miserable.
You're a lunatic.
Yeah, and I was waiting up all night for you.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
Well, I fell asleep on my floor, so.
Yeah, we'll check the pod.
Is that Muzzy?
Yes. Muzz.
All right. Do we want to get into our bets? Because that's
Go,
all I have.
go
That's
for
all
it.
I have on hockey.
Let's see.
Yeah, well, the bets is absolute bullshit. All because
Yep.
No better than Mets.
How do we want to address Cal's bet? By the way,
I
guys.
don't care. I have 3 if ready.
Well,
I think you should have to do 3. That's just me.
I mean, it was
listen.
rain delayed, and then it was a
16
doubleheader.
innings.
Only played 7 innings.
16
Suck it up.
Listen, 16 innings were played, and the score was 4-1 out of the 16 innings played.
Listen,
That's a doubleheader.
Suck it
though.
up.
Still, same day. 16 innings played, 4-1.
But the game you bet on that was postponed, that got voided,
Only played
voided.
7
was
innings.
7 innings.
Evan made a bet about someone winning a golf match. He only played 17 holes and had to withdraw, and the bet was voided.
But the game was still played.
It doesn't matter. The match was still played. Just because he didn't finish the match.
I vote, however, it turns out on FanDuel.
So it was voided.
I won the parlay.
But you
It
didn't win
voided.
the full parlay.
Still won the
You
parlay.
didn't win that bet, Cal. You didn't win the bet.
I still won the parlay.
If you didn't win or lose the bet, you have to do 3. That's just how I look at it.
Pokimane spends $100K a year on Starbucks delivery.
That's not even humanly possible. There's no shot.
Where did that come out of? Left field? What?
I need cap. I need factual evidence.
I want to see your tax records.
It's from Keemstar.
I want to see your
He's
tax.
Keemstar is very.
Super reliable. Great stand-up guy.
When it comes to esports, he's reliable.
He's about as reliable.
100K a year on Starbucks delivery.
I believe it, dude. She gets like 3 times the stream.
And
And that's like $10 to $20 every one.
That's
How would she just take it off?
absurd.
Jesus.
Okay, I have my first bet. I'm ready to go, Ty, whenever you are.
I have 3, so I'm going first.
Okay, Cal, go first.
Oh, Papa the Heat.
Oh crap! I should be 2-0 this week.
You wouldn't be. No.
I am 15 and 29, gentlemen.
Yeah. No. By the way, records.
Good man.
I'm 25 and 19. Cal, you're 20 and 23 because of Void. Cade, you're 20 and 24. Evan is 15 and 29.
Was I 1-1?
The moon.
Yeah, we were all 1-1 except Cal, who went 1-0.
Could have been 2-0.
1-1.
Anyways, 2-0.
We did.
I'm gonna go with. I wanted to go first because
combat
I'm gonna bet on. I know Cade's gonna bet, so I'm taking it first. The Phoenix Suns +2 tomorrow.
I'm betting at either way.
I'm also taking that bet.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care.
Phoenix Suns +2 tomorrow. I'm taking.
Wait, real quick. Do I just write that down for all 3 of you?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm taking-
Suns +2.
And
Yes.
Suns +2, yep.
The Suns getting
You
points
might as
tomorrow
well,
is
Ty.
a steal.
You might as well write down for yourself.
I'm just gonna
the
write down
Nuggets
Suns.
+5.
I saw that, but I'm just gonna put Suns +2.
Are you gonna take it too? All
Yep.
4. We're riding high. Ooh, Devin Booker, you better go off 40. I want 40 out of
Suns
you.
+2. Let's get it.
So the podcast is at a whole. We're taking Suns +2.
Yep.
Okay, then I'm taking Chicago Cubs +1.5 over the Giants. And then I'm taking the Red Sox money line over Houston Astros.
All right. I got Sox money line, but what was the other one?
Cubs +1.5.
Absolutely huge baseball guy today this week.
And there's not much else to bet on.
That's fair.
I'm taking the Trailblazers tomorrow, -5.
Ooh. Wow.
Didn't you say they're at home?
Yep.
Okay. Don't look at me funny then.
They just wanted to
I mean, they're 1-1 at home right now.
I'll take the odds.
All right.
I am, of course, easily fading Evan, and I'm taking the Nuggets +5.
Ooh.
We'll see. We'll see about that tomorrow.
Little decentral.
All right. Well,
I mean,
I'll
you
be.
might as well take the money line, Cade. Almost to pick them.
For me?
Yeah.
I don't think that's a pick 'em at all.
I
think he's saying Cade in general. I think he's
Okay.
saying.
All right. Well, Cal, you're a baseball guy. I'll be hockey guy.
I've been doing decently in the baseball. I'm gonna be honest.
Fading
with you.
Cade.
Fading Cade.
You
Thursday.
should take the Lakers then. Take the Lakers then.
Yeah. Thursday, Hurricane Lightning. I want the over 5.5. It's actually +110, and I don't know how.
The Lightning or what?
No,
you taking?
Lightning and Hurricane game over 5.5.
Yeah. Oh well, I took your advice on a game this week. Lost because of you.
I mean, look, that Montreal game was up in the air. I had $100 on it for 500.
Yeah. Well, I put 10 for 50.
You got $103, Ty.
It's
Still $100.
still $100. I still win $500 if I hit the over. I picked the right winner, by the way.
So did I.
And?
Yeah. How many winners did you pick in UFC, Evan? You didn't rate the right decision. You still lost.
I feel like Evan's UFC betting is like god awful.
It's not.
He picks the right
In the
people to
moment, we
win,
do
but
the right
his
thing.
decision, the way the fight outcome is horrible. But he picks the right fighter. He picked the right fighter.
Because I know I won at least. I know I won at least 5 units on one bet. So.
No. Also on game 1, the Avalanche and Golden Knights, I had $50 on Avalanche and the over of 5.5. That hit for $145. And I had Avs -1.5 in a separate bet, like 20 to win. I think it was like $65. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Won some money Saturday night. It was just after. That was Sunday night.
I want you Saturday night. Oh, daddy.
All right. Is that the episode?
Um,
Spicy buffalo hits, dude.
It does.
Honey mustard's better though.
And the
That's the show. Thanks for watching and listening, everybody.
Dick.
I thought he clicked off. He said that's a show.
My hand was on my face the whole time.
He quite literally said, he goes, "Is that the show, guys?" is what he said.